Hello there sexy PlayStation gamers, and welcome back to another pure PlayStation video review. This time it's Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 Remastered on PS4. If you've already played Modern Warfare 2 on previous consoles, then you already know what to expect. It's the same game, minus some game modes, with a lick of fresh paint to make it more visually appealing on modern consoles. And that's it. There's nothing different. It looks good, it runs great, and it's still a bombastic experience. For those of you who haven't played Modern Warfare 2, remastered or otherwise, let's delve a little deeper. Modern Warfare 2 Remastered is the exact same game that released back in 2009 on Xbox 360, PS3 and PC. However, it's missing some game modes, which makes this package less appealing. Multiplayer is nowhere to be seen, though I can't say I'm all that bothered. I never really got into Modern Warfare 2's multiplayer. In fact, the first time I really got involved in Call of Duty's online multiplayer was in Treyarch's fantastic Black Ops. Still, I can see why some would be put off. What I say to them is, if you're wanting Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer on PS4, the closest thing you're going to get is the original maps being remade, reimagined or remastered in the rebooted Modern Warfare or as part of Call of Duty Warzone. The other big omission is the Spec Ops mode, and this is unforgivable in my book. Spec Ops could be played single player or in co-op in the original game, but it's nowhere to be seen in Modern Warfare 2 Remastered. Why? I don't know. That's the big question. It's a shame, because the mode on the original game had around a dozen or so scenarios, where you would have to defend against waves of enemies or race for the best time while not dying on a snow sled, or fight off against waves of juggernauts and those evil dogs. Back then it was really what kept me playing the game after I finished the story, but now it's gone and we only have the story mode left. So, the story. Is it any good? Well, yes and no. I think I'm critiquing my past self as much as the game in this sense. You see, I remember playing Modern Warfare 2 when it was new, and I was blown away by the story. It was like playing a Hollywood blockbuster movie, and it still is. But, like an old blockbuster movie that you watched when you were younger, you can go back to it later when you're older and wiser, and you can see the tropes and, you know, the poor things. And it's no different here with Modern Warfare 2. I'm older and wiser, and I can see that the story has been patched together to fit whatever ideas the game designers had. I imagine that somebody said, hey, let's have a mission set on an oil rig, and the story writer had to make it work. And someone else said, hey, let's have a mission set in the favelas in Brazil. And again, the story writer had to patch it in there and figure out a way of getting these characters from one place to the other and having it still make sense. Honestly, the story falls apart with the slightest tug at the in-game universe's logic, but it's brainless fun all the same, and if you don't think too hard, it's good. Just, don't expect great character growth or immersive cutscenes. There's one scene, and I think, spoiler, but come on, it's been a decade, where Captain Price is rescued after having been presumed dead for years after the first Modern Warfare. Soap, Price's protege in the original Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, reacts by saying, Captain Price, and then he hands Price his old pistol back, and that's it. And Price, oh, thanks, Soap. Let's bloody go. Let's go shoot someone. And that's it. Like, that's not a quote word for word, but it's close enough. That you have like 10 seconds where he hands him his gun back. There's no, oh, Price, I'm so happy you're alive. I've missed you for years. Oh, I dream about you. Thanks, Soap. Let's go, you sissy. There's nothing. It's, here's your gun. He doesn't even say he's happy to see him alive. He just, there's your gun. Let's go and kill someone. You think about it, and it's mental. And you don't get it in modern games now. It's far too macho. It's super macho. But it is what it is, and the story doesn't hold up as well as modern games. I've played Modern Warfare 2 Remastered using the hardened difficulty setting, and it's proved to be a good challenge. Normally, I do stick to regular for any and all games. Don't judge me. But in this case, I decided to up the ante, and I suggest you do too. It turns an arcade shooter into something a little more tactical. So rather than just being a shooting gallery where you hold down the left trigger, fire with the right trigger, move forward. That's how the game plays on regular. It is not difficult at all. But you up it to hardened and you get a bit more depth. You can't just go running into a room. That was my machine gun noise. It wasn't great. You have to be a bit more conservative at times, and at other times a bit more assertive and aggressive. But, you know, it's everyone's choice. For me, I upped it to hardened, and I had a good time with it. I've played it to death in the past, so I already know the missions and the layouts. So, bringing the difficulty up definitely helped make it a bit more, I'm not going to say fresh, I'm going to call it engaging. The moment-to-moment gameplay is part of the course. You hold down the left trigger, you pull up your iron sights, you pull the right trigger to shoot. You do this for 6 or 7 hours, and then you watch the credits roll. Nothing has changed in terms of gameplay, and if you've played a Call of Duty before, whether it's in the more recent ones or the older ones, you know what is coming in this remastered release. On the technical side, Modern Warfare 2 is a decent looking game, but it's obviously not up to par with the most modern Warfare. It's still a big improvement over the original game, and it really holds up quite well. There are still some last gen graphical oddities, like characters having a weird halo effect around them in darker scenes, but for the most part it's perfectly serviceable. And if I'm being honest, I've probably seen worse games released in the past few years, so it's still good. It looks fine. You know, it's not a graphical showcase, but it's an improvement. I'm also happy to say that, at least on the PS4 Pro, the performance is great. Frame drops were rare, and I never really noticed them a great deal. They are there, obviously. It's from time to time with big explosions and whatnot, but it sticks to that 60 more often than not, and it's doing it with all the extra bells and whistles. So if you're happy to pay the price just to sit through the single player campaign again, go for it. I enjoyed it, perhaps not as much as I did a decade ago, but it kept me busy for a few evenings and let my mind be taken on a globe-trotting adventure for a few hours at a time. It's a decent game, it's worth it. You know, if you've got the 20 quid sitting there ready to spend, why not? And that's the end of the review. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Yeah. Stay home, play games, hit the like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and I'll try and bring more to you. We're working hard, man. We're working hard. Until next time. Bye.